everyone, our report is about project proposal. What is project proposal? A project proposal outlines your project's core value proposition. It sells value to both internal and external stakeholders. The intent of the proposal is to grab stakeholder and project sponsor attention. Once you have people's attention, the next step is getting them excited about the project. Getting in the heads of the people you are writing the proposal for is vital. You need to think like the project's stakeholders to deliver a proposal which meets their needs. 7 steps to writing the perfect project proposal. Step 1. Define the problem. Step 2. Present your solution. Step 3. Define your deliverables and success criteria. Step 4. State your plan or approach. Step 5. Outline your schedule and budget. Step 6. Tie it all together. And last, edit proofread your proposal. Step 1. Define the problem. Tips for defining the problem. Number 1. You need to start strong. Decision makers usually don't allow much time to look over a proposal, so make sure that the pain point is succinctly described and in a manner that resonates with them. Number 2, use facts, not opinion. Although you want your audience to understand the severity of a problem, you don't want to exaggerate. Instead, use data from your research to back up your assertions. Step 2. Present your solution. Tips for presenting your solution. Number 1. Anticipate questions and objections. Be prepared to defend your solution from all angles. Be ready to explain why your more expensive solution is better than a less expensive one. Number 2. Present the solution's larger impact. Stakeholders generally get more excited about the projects with wide-ranging effects than those with limited impact. Step number 3. Again, facts over opinion. Provide as many research-backed examples as you can. Step 3. Tips for defining deliverables. Number 1. Include a delivery date. Define what your project will deliver and what users can expect from it, such as a cloud-based phone system that's accessible 24/7 from anywhere if it's a customer service project you're proposing. Also, indicate when you plan to complete each deliverable. Number 2, your solution must be smart. Your success criteria will signal whether the project has been successful. Remember to keep your solution smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound.
Step 4. State your plan or approach. This is the most critical section, the proposal, and discuss how to achieve the project's objectives. Tips for planning. Introduce project strategies. Explain how problems will be addressed. Step 5. Online your schedule and budget. This is the section where you break down the project cost and detail how you will meet deadlines. Tips for defining a schedule and budget. Provide as much detail as possible. Be concrete, don't guess. Step 6. Tie it all together. End your proposal with a conclusion that briefly summarizes the problem, solution, and benefits. Emphasize the significance and make your proposal stand out by restating ideas of facts you want your audience to remember. Tips for tying everything together. Your proposal should read like a book. Refrain from introducing anything that doesn't fit. Make sure all project proposal elements are present. Step 7. Edit or proofread your proposal. Rewrite your proposal as necessary to make it interesting, helpful, clear, and persuasive as for feedback. And ensure the proposal is organized and visually appealing. Tips for editing. Check the tone and language. Your proposal is intended a certain audience type, so make sure the tone and language used are reflective of that. Don't forget to proofread for grammar, punctuation, or spelling mistakes. You want your proposal to look professional. What is project proposal? A project proposal is a document that outlines everything stakeholders need to know to initiate a project. It's necessary first step towards getting a project off the ground. A well-written project proposal informs and persuades, and combines project management skills with a few or their essential skills: research, data analysis, and some copywriting. Project proposal elements. Executive summary. Short and to the point. This executive summary is essentially the project's elevator pitch. It states the problem clearly, addresses how your proposed project intends to solve the problems, and discuss what a successful project looks like.
Background history. This section outlines both successful previous projects, including how the latter could have been handled better, with the goal of showing how to propose project will be more successful based on the lesson of the past. Requirements. This section briefly summarizes what needed throughout the project life cycle in terms of resources, tools, project schedule. Solution. The solution section explains how you intend to approach the project and bring it to completion. It covers the project management steps, techniques and skill needed to get things done more efficiently, as well as how to manage problems. Authorization. This section states explicitly who the project decision makers are and the stakeholders authorized by the client to make approval, sign off decisions. Appendix. Any information included in the actual proposal should be in the appendix, such as materials and resources that team member and stakeholder can use to learn more about the project. Things to consider before writing a proposal for a project. Your audience. Identify who the decision makers are and determine the relationship between team. Each stakeholder will have their own goals and preference. Multiple versions of the approval may have to be written depending on your audience. Data research. You need fact figure graphs and charts to substantiate your proposal and justify the project acceptance. Research past project, both successful and unsuccessful, because you all need as much hard data, evidence, and example as you can provide to craft a convincing proposal.